Okay, I have picked some very awkward algebra questions here, and I'm going to talk you through exactly how I answer them. The first one is a simplify. So you're left with this. Write the bracket out twice, and then just multiply out your brackets and tidy up. For part B, ignore that 2. Multiply out your bracket, tidy it up, and now multiply by 2 at the end. The next one. For the first one, this is just to do with minus signs. This is what makes this awkward. Times it out, and tidy it up. Number 2 is a really strange question. Find A, B, and C such that this is true. First thing I'm going to do, times out the bracket on this side. Then I'm going to tidy that up. So it's 8x minus 4. Now equals this side. I am now going to, I want these to match up. So this has been factorised. So if I pull out a 4, I factorise this, and you see why they look similar. So A is 4, B is 2, C is minus 1. Number 3 is another very awkward one. Find A, B, and C such as that. So what on earth does that mean? You know how to square something. Times it by itself. So times that all out by itself, and that's me tidying it up. So x squared minus 2ax plus a squared plus b. Now if you look at the left hand side, see where the x squareds match lovely? Now look where my fingers are. These are the x's. So minus 4 has to equal minus 2a. So minus 4 has to equal minus 2a. So 4 equals 2a, so a equals 2. Now look at the end bits. There's no x here and there's no x's here. So 5 has to equal a squared add b. You've just worked out a. So 5 equals 4 add b, so b is 1. Very tricky question. Question 4, evaluate just means work out. Q is minus 2. So minus 2 cubed, take away p squared, take away 4 squared, divide it by 4r squared. So 4r squared, and just putting your numbers in. So it's minus 8 minus 16 over 4 times 1. Now, the next one, on my answers, you will see that I have got all the steps written out for the factorising. So on your sheet, you've got a blank page as well. So that's what that was left for in case you want to write out your factorising. First one is grouping, because there's 4 terms. Pull out the Q, pull out the S, matching bracket, pull it out, you're left with Q add S. That's the difference of 2 squares. So it's x minus 1, x plus 1. This is a common number, so pull out the 4. Then I've got the difference of 2 squares. So a minus b, a plus b. It can be any way round. You could go a plus b or and then a minus b, that doesn't matter. This is an easy quadratic. Looks a bit strange. If I didn't have those n's there, you'd be able to solve that okay. What multiplies to give 6 and adds to give minus 5? Well, it's a minus 3 and a minus 2. So you see my minus 3 and my minus 2? How's n squared made up? N squared is an n times an n. So that's the only difference there. Just pop it in at the end. Looking at this one, you can divide everything by 4. So bring your 4 outside. Then it's an easy quadratic. What multiplies to give minus 15 and adds to give 2? Well, it's a 5 and a minus 3. Okay, I can see a common number of 7 and a common letter. Pulling out the 7 and pulling out the y. Down here, I can see the common number of 2 to pull out. I can pull out 2v squared. I can pull out v squared, and I can pull out a w, leaving me with a v add 4w. Okay. Next question, number 6. Hassan thinks of 2 different positive integers. Okay. Their product, that means if you multiply them together, you get 147. One number is 3 times the other. What are his numbers? So I said let this first number be n. Let the next number be 3 times it. Now if you multiply them together, you get 147. So product means multiply. So n times 3n is 147. So tidy that up. 3n squared is 147. bring your 3 over and divide. N squared is 49. So n is going to be the square root of 49, which is 7. So the first number is 7. And the second number is not 8. The second number is 3 times your 7, which is 21. Number 7. Bring your 4 over, becomes multiply. I then brought the x over to give it a positive x and brought this over to become a take away. So it's 8 equals x. For this one, number 8, you want to deal with this side first. Make the bottoms the same. Make them both 10. So times this one by 5 and times this one by 2. Once the bottoms are the same, you just subtract the tops. Then you have a fraction equal a fraction. So you cross multiply. So 3 times all of this. And 10 times minus 21. So letters one side, so I brought that over to be 99x. Bring this over, becomes an adding. Then divide through, x is 3. Okay, this one here, number 9. Very, very tricky question. Find the perimeter of this equilateral triangle. You can see that's the key word, equal sides. So that means that this side equals this one. Bit of a mess at the minute. So I brought that 4 over and multiplied. So I was left with 5, 2c minus 1 equaled times these by 4. I timesed out that bracket. I now want letters one side, numbers the other. And now I've worked out my c. So I can easily work out one side now because I know c is 1.5. So 3 times 1.5 take away 2. The perimeter, all 3 sides are going to be the same, so just take one side and times it by 3. Question 10. Factorising. Now, you guys you may prefer the AC method, so we'll just do it here. AC is 5 times 18, which is 90. And how can I get minus 19 out of 90? Well, it's going to be a 10 and a 9. So you rewrite that as 5x squared plus 10x, minus 10x minus 9x. I'm off the screen here. I'll do it over here, might be easier. So 5x squared minus 10x minus 9x add 18. The first two, pulling out your 5 and your x. The next two, pulling out your minus 9. Remember, if you pull a minus out of a plus, it's a minus because a plus is 2 minuses. Now pull out your x minus 2. And get the same answer. Okay, this one here. You can factorise or use the formula. So I will factorise this. I will use the AC method. So what is AC? AC is minus 36. How do I get 16 out of that? Well, minus 36 is a 12 and a 3, so that's no good. It is a 6 and a 6, which is also no good. And it's an 18 and a 2. There's my magic numbers. So I'm going to take my 3x squared, and it is a positive 18x minus a 2x, gets me my 16. Take away 12 equals 0. So the first two, pull out your x. And the last two, pull out your x. Sorry, pull out a 2. I also need to pull out a 3 from that first bracket because the brackets didn't match up yet. Now the brackets match up. You're left with a 3x minus 2, which is what I have here. Now, because it equals 0 this time, you've got to put each bit equals 0 and solve. Okay. Part C, whenever the question says solve it, giving your answer to 3 significant figures, this is like using the formula. If it tells you to give it to a certain number of decimal places, use the formula. So A is 3, B is minus 2, C is minus 4. Just plug in your numbers in and hopefully that will come out. And over the page, number 12, simplify. So you're taking these away. You need to make the bottoms the same. So times that one by 3 and times that one by 2 to get them over 12. And then just subtract the tops. Just watch out for negative signs there. The only thing I would say, with fractions, you're always trying to factorise. You can factor that into the 2, 4 plus 3x. And then the 2 and the 12 cancel to give you 4 plus 3x over 6. Part B, factorise first. So pull your 3 out, and that's a difference of 2 squares. And then you'll see 2 brackets cancel. For this one, factorise first, but it has been factorised for you. Turn this one upside down and multiply. So the 10 cancels with the 4. You divide that by 2, you get 5. Divide that by 2, you get 2. Those 2 brackets cancel, leaving you 5x times 5 on the top and a 2 on the bottom. For this one, factorise first. So I could pull out a 2, makes it a wee bit easier. Then you can do your AC method to work that out. Bottom line, pull out your 4. Can you see the difference of 2 squares in there? It's 2x squared minus 1 squared. So it breaks up 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1. Then knock off your brackets that are common and you're left with that one. And we're nearly there. Question 13. A. I don't have a fraction equaling something, so I have to tidy this up. Bring that over so it becomes minus. Then you have a fraction equals a number. Bring your 3 up, it becomes multiplying. Bring your 4 over, add it on. Bring your 8 over, divide. Exactly the same for this one. Bring your 1 over, take it away. You've got minuses on each side, so you can just knock them off. Bring your 3 over, multiply. For this one, times out each bracket, and then letters one side, numbers the other side. And the last one. So, sides of a rectangle are 5, x point 2, and x plus 2, and the diagonal is x plus 3. Pythagoras' theorem, because it's a right angled triangle. So 5 squared add x plus 2 squared equals this squared. So 5 squared you know. X plus 2 squared, put your brackets out twice, times them out. X plus 3 squared, do it out twice and times them out. See where you've got an x squared on each side, it can knock off. Tidying up this side, you've got 29 plus 4x equals 6x add 9. So letters one side, numbers the other. You get x to be 10. But the question wants the area. So if x is 10, the base is 12. So the area is 12 times 5, 60.